Hey y'all. Sorry I haven't talked in a while. My voice is rusty, I guess. This video, I'm going to click right along and see how much I can get done. I have about 4 different things that I want to get done. This, I think, is the final flip through of the Winter Wonderland journal. Thank you very much to Woodland Silver for all the hard work you did with these Digis. I used Winter Wonderland and Christmas rabbits or Christmas bunnies. I can't remember which. I'll put it in the description. And you can find Heather at Woodland Silver on Etsy. Hold on. This camera's going to pop right out of its holder. Here we go. I don't know if that's better or worse. Hold on. Maybe that'll be better. We'll try it. So I am going to put it in the book press because it's a little gator mouth, but I'm going to show that process. So I think I'm done with it. And I have just had a ball. It feels so good in the hand. It's squishy and noisy and different. And I really like it. Really like it. Turned out great. Okay. So what did I make the cover out of? I believe the cover I made out of shipping, and a shipping envelope, I think. And then it has this canvas page that has like sheetrock plaster on it. And then I've just layered it with different fibers. There's some ribbon, trims, there's cardboard, cheesecloth, fabric, seam binding, text. I have added these since I showed the video last on it. I thought she needed a little bit of winterizing. And I did use my Stella, and so she's got a little sparkle. The closure is just one of those knobs, and I took some tea-dyed sheet, put some ornamental strip on it. I'm just using this for a stopper. You could add beads to it, but I didn't want beads on the underneath. I'm getting all kinds of string and stuff on the back, and then you just loop it over. It's got room to grow, but I think when I get it in the binder, it's actually going to be less. So, all right, we're going to really clip through this. So this is just a writing. I haven't gotten this out in a while. Let's see if it's stuck. Oh my gosh. I've screwed through it. So I gotta fix that. I'm glad I'm doing a flip through. And then throughout the book, I went ahead and used my Stella and put on just a little bit of glitter, not anything too big. This is an empty pocket for its new owner. There's a raggedy for that page. This pocket came in the Christmas Rabbits kit, and it has some paper in it for writing. Pocket with a writing card. This is another raggedy with some charms. And there is a snowflake on there. And this opens up. And there are tags in here with bunnies. Love the bunnies in this kit. And I just saw on Denise, or Celeste's channel over at Woodland Inspired that her daughter just put out a bunny kit. Hello. Yeah, it's a spring kit full of bunnies. More writing cards. Had to honor these little girls. Oh. That's the reason I bought the kit. Another raggedy. You could take it off. Use that for your writing page. Little tabs, I'm going to put something on these. I'm going to have dangles on them, but I just haven't found the right thing yet. Little bunny tag. Little coin envelope. This really kicked my you-know-what. It has a thing at the top and a thing at the bottom. Well, I couldn't figure it out. Well, the thing at the top was just the closure flap. But I cut it off because I didn't know what it was. Just paper. That yellow school paper. It feels like rag paper. It really feels like it's got cotton or fabric in it or something. Some stenciling, not a lot. Another raggedy. All these papers come off. This is just a hidden paper clip, and I'm going to put something on that. I just haven't found the right thing. More writing tabs. It's 3 signatures. This is another raggedy. This part comes off, so you could use that for a writing tablet too if you wanted to. This little pocket just has some folded up, grunged up paper and a belly band to hold it, kind of hold it together. This is that notebook with my vintage tape. Tried to make up for what you lose in writing space with these 2 decorative pages. You still can write, and I would write all over. I'd write all over these, and this has lines on it even. So this might be my favorite part of the whole book. Am I still there? Okay. So we put this one in here, and then I'll have a dangle there. I really like the way that one turned out. Write, writing, more writing. I used the folder, a file folder from the kit, and I also used the embossing, what do you call those, embossing envelope? Can't remember what the name of them are. But Celeste had sent that to me as a gift, and I've been dying to use it. And so I used it on her papers. Well, her and her daughter. I think they kind of put their heads together. This comes out, and you can actually tear these pages off. And I love that it sticks out, but it doesn't bother a thing. And this will have dangles on it. And because of the depth of this whole accordion thing, it's not going to do anything to the book. But I didn't want to do it before I smashed it. This is that weird tab that I made, and I love the way it turned out. It's kind of, it looks like it's been there for 100 years. Yeah, I like it. I like the way that turned out. I did not plan on going quite so grungy, but I guess it's just in my DNA. Writing, more writing if you wanted to, or just to look cool. Old ledger. This is that railroad ledger. It's 1892. More writing, of course. You guys know I love to put lots of writing space. These dangles, I just did the paper so they would be flat. I went ahead and glued this little girl down to support the edge of the page, and I just love her. Oh, just love her. And there's a corner pocket that was in the bunny kit. This is just writing paper. Something to label the page if you wanted to. The other half of that railroad paper. This will have another dangle on it. Some of that paper from Winter Wonderland, and an empty pocket. Okay? And the back is plain. Now, Let's see if I can break in this book press. I'm so excited to use this. Let's measure it. Shall we? Let's see, I think I have my... And I do have one of these for sale. That book is for sale, and I have one of these book presses for sale. Okay, it is 18 by 12. And it's unfinished. What I'm going to do with mine after I press this book is I'm going to Mod Podge it. He sanded the edges so they're smooth, and I'm going to Mod Podge it and put a pretty floral thing on it or something. But the other one is unfinished. And it'll be $30. So all you do... Well, let me show you the back side. One of the cool things I like, I got this idea from Lo, over at Lo's Keepsakes and Creations, I think her channel is. I love that these are rounded. Isn't that wood gorgeous? It's actually not one piece, it's put together. Doug didn't do that, he bought it that way, but I thought the wood was beautiful, so. So all you do is spin these up about the width of your book so you can get it in. Or like Angela Toma reminded me, your flowers. Doug said if you put flowers in there, you'd have to put fabric or something because you're never going to get, you know, the wood is imperfect, and so you're never going to get a perfect flat for pressing flowers. But I think you could do it with tissue, you know, to take up any kind of space. He tried to get me bigger wing nuts so they'd be easier for me to grab hold of, but these are the biggest ones he could find. But actually, they don't hurt my hands. That's what I was afraid of. There's so many times when I can't do things with my hands because if it's sharp, it really hurts. Don't ask me why, but I'm not very tough anymore. This book's actually pretty thick right now. I don't know if it'll fit. I'm gonna open it just a little bit more. That ought to be plenty. I've seen book presses. I knew about book presses, but I don't know why. Until I saw Lo's video, I just never, I think I planned on getting one and then forgot about it. All right, so this book is, I want to measure it beforehand. What did I do with my, where'd you go? Oh, geez, right in front of me. So it's about, with the tie on, I'd say a good 3 inches. About 3 1/4 on the top and bottom where the tie is not holding it down. This is going to restrict it some. I thought about maybe just hanging it over the edge. We'll see when I get it in there. So all you do, you could take this totally off, but I'm not going to go through all that drama of trying to get these back on. So lift it up. I'm going to slide it in up to that pin. Let me see how far I have to go. I think that might do it. Now, because of that pin, can you guys see? You can't see what I'm doing. Hold on. See, because I'm hanging that, I could take that pin out, but I don't want to. I'm going to see if it'll work without it. I've got that pin just hanging over the edge. So the book fits this far. So I have about, I don't know, 1/2 inch. So I'm going to go ahead and try to press it with it hanging over, even though I recognize that the bulk is actually at the mouth of the book. So I may have to take my pin out, which is something to think about if you're going to have bulky stuff. You know, if you're going to have a real, like, chunky metal on the front of your book or something like that. And it's best if, from what I understand, you know how when you change a tire and you put the lug nuts back on and you go top, bottom, side, side, top, bottom, so that you don't end up with it tweaked? It's easier to do your book press that way too. I can feel it going down quite a bit. And the washers, these metal washers help it so these wing nuts don't dig into the wood. So I'll lift it up. It's not very heavy. I don't know how much it weighs, but it's easy to handle. I'm really glad that he sanded the sides for me. The other thing to take into consideration is I know this is going to smash the cardboard. That's okay. Wow. I'm going to do these front ones a little bit more because that's where the bulk is. Okay, let's see if I can get tilted up. So this is what it looks like now. See, I've got the pin hanging over. Let's just see how deep it is now. One and a half. Looks like I can't reach that far. Yeah, about 1.5. So we cut the bulk in half. Well, let's see if it stays that way. Okay, so that's the book press. All right, and like I said, I have another one all made. It's exactly like this. It's sanded. It's not finished. And it's $30. Now, I have a bunch of packs of these. I've got them all packed up in 10s. So there's 10 pattern packets in each package, okay? And I want $7 for 10 of them. You pay shipping, Venmo, okay? PayPal has started, I gotta get a drink. PayPal has started charging 3%. It's weird. I called them. PayPal is charging 3% if the buyer has their PayPal hooked up so the money comes directly out of checking, there's no charge. But if you have your PayPal set up so that it comes out of a debit card that's connected to your checking, or most credit cards, they charge 3%. There are some that they don't. Frankly, I just don't feel like messing with it. So I'd ask you to just send a check or do Venmo. Okay, 10 of these, okay, for $7. And I have enough. When the world comes to an end, whoever needs patterns, I will have them. I ordered wax melts from the Candle Daddy. OMG. These are the strongest, longest lasting candle waxes that I have ever gotten, besides Tammy Van Torp's husband. They're about par with him, but they're nothing like Scentsy or the crap that you get at Hobby Lobby or anywhere else. They last, they're really strong, they have some really cool scents, and so I wanted to give them a shout out. Okay, finally, the personal journal. We're on the second signature, okay? All right, so the second signature, your book should have colored paper, fabric or canvas that you can sew on, and at least 6 journaling pages. Now remember, this personal journal is lasting all year, so we're in no hurry. April is the kickoff. No hurry. It's going April to July for the second signature, and there's only 3 signatures, okay? Number 1, what do you think the hardest period was for you? Now we're talking from ages 18 to 40. 18 years old to 40. If you're not over 40, you do 18 till now. Okay? What do you think the hardest period was for you? Think about that, and then use clusters and textures to describe emotionality of this period, and then journal about it. So what I'm asking is, I'm asking you to use art to describe the emotionality. Was it an upheaval? Was it peaceful? Was there a lot of uphill climbs? Was there a lot of growth? Was there a lot of new beginnings? Those kinds of things. Number 2, what do you think your successes were during this period from 18 to 40? Use color, color, color to create a page or more that show the celebration of these successful achievements. Use any medium that calls to you, and then journal about them. So use your junk journal stuff. Use collage. Use watercolors. Use article words out of magazines. Whatever you want to do, you think about it, and use color, color, color to create a page or more that show the celebration of the successful achievements from 18 to 40. That's likely when a person is to gain some sort of career skills, probably get into a long-term relationship or 2 or 3, maybe have a baby or 2 or 3. So that's a big chunk of time. There's a lot that happens to us between the ages of 18 and 40. You might have a graduate degree. You might have started your own business. You might have decided to buy a farm and learned how to raise sheep. There's so much that happens. Number 3, what do you think were the most dangerous decisions you made during this period? That's a powerful question. Use string, fabric, sewing, or other fibers to depict the dangers, and journal about it. So you can embroider, cross stitch, you could sew things on, like sew a picture that reminds you of a dangerous time decision that you made. The danger might have been a relationship. It might have been a move. It might have been a drive across country by yourself. Maybe it was drugs, alcohol. We make a lot of dangerous decisions, usually from the ages of 18 to 40. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity to take risks out there. Did you ride a motorcycle too fast? Did you not wear a helmet? What happened? Number 4, what have you forgiven yourself for? Use pencil, charcoal, inks to draw or journal about all the things that you have forgiven yourself for. So this question and the response ties into the other three. I'm happy to email you this, by the way, so, or you can screenshot it, whatever you want to do. You can just journal about it, but if you feel compelled, sketch out something that shows what you have forgiven yourself for. So important not to live in the past. Some people try very hard and go to years of therapy to try to forget their past, and it's not going to happen. I mean, I used to tell patients, unless I get a cast iron skillet and bonk you on the head, you're not going to forget. So you got to come to terms with things. Forgiveness is a powerful tool. And for you to forgive yourself for some of maybe your shortcomings, the things you've said, relationships that ended on a sour note, any of that kind of thing, that's what you want to forgive yourself for. Now's the time for you to make that list and really think about it and go, yeah, I did okay. And if you haven't forgiven yourself for that, now would be the time to do that. You can just journal about it, or you can do both. You can journal and use your creative brain. And so it's a lot of prompts, but they all go together and they all go in that second signature. So use your pages that are in that second signature and then gather other materials from your art space or your studio or magazines or whatever. Feel free to sew, embroider, color with crayons. It's all about having fun. And remember, there's no rush. So you have April, May, June to do these prompts, okay? So if you want to set yourself a timeline, go ahead and do that. Okay, I think that was all. Oh no, one more. Peachy Keen has some Digis out that I just had to have, and they are asking if we do get these Digis, what are our favorites and what would we like to have stamps of. These will be for next winter, I think, but I just think they're so cute. And of course, with Digis, you can make these as small or as big as you want. I think these would make adorable charms. And I love this one. This, where they're all pushing up this one and his little bum is poking out. I just think it's cute as hell. There are some words. Hope the day is filled with sunshine and rainbows. This is all, cake confetti that what are those called that you put on the cakes? He's kicking one and hits him in the head. Love the lifesavers. So cute. The expressions on their faces are just adorable. What are those little things called? It's not called confetti, but I can't think of what it's called. Yeah, I can see some adorable cards. And Jill Norwood, along with a bunch of other makers, has made some beautiful makes with all of this kit. And you can go over to Peachy Keen, and I think you can still use Jill's code to get 10% off. So you can get these Digis, and then you can do whatever you want with them. And make cards, put them on cardstock and make cards. I think these would be cute for a little gift if you made a card with the Lifesavers and gave them a pack of Lifesavers just for a little birthday present or something, Cute. Birthday, laughter, retirement, holidays. Just keep swimming. And the kit is called Marshmallow Soakers. Lots of words. I love this background. This will be really fun to use. I made a couple copies of it. Some of these I did make double copies. These are adorable. I was playing with my scan and cut to see if I could just cut these out like they are, but I still haven't mastered, excuse me, still have not mastered my scan and cut. I just think these scattered on a card would be so cute. And they're pretty gender neutral. I mean, you could send it almost, it's really age neutral too. You could send it to anybody if you were making cards. These would be so fun on cardstock popped up, you know, with the Lifesaver background. Go over to Jill's channel. She's made some makes with them, and they're, of course, she's just a whiz. That was the other thing that I wanted to show you guys. Peachy Keen is Peachy, and then Keen. But don't forget to go over to Jill Norwood's YouTube channel and get her code. Okay, so let me know if you're interested in patterns. And I only have one of the extra book binders. And I don't know, if it sells right away, I might ask Doug to make one if there's a lot of interest. But if it sells and there's no other interest, we won't make any more. But I love mine. We'll see what it does. And I'll show you. We measured it, so I'll measure the after too. So, Robin, I hope that was helpful for you. All right, y'all, I am going to go downstairs and make chicken fried steak. Doesn't that sound good? It does to me. Last night we had spaghetti, and it was delicious. But I don't want spaghetti tonight. I want chicken fried steak. But I'm cheating. I'm not actually having chicken fried steak. I bought chicken patties from Costco. So, we're going to cheat. But Doug doesn't really love chicken fried steak, so I'm going to make him chicken cordon bleu. So I better get downstairs and get at it. Sure do appreciate you guys and all the support. You make it so fun. Let's all take care of each other. Bye.